Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to this session on J++ Throwback Thursdays. So we'll wait for a couple minutes and then start. Is Prabhuji join? Jaya Gopinath Prabhuji.
Yes, Mother.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So we are very happy to welcome all the devotees and Prabhuji. So today we have His Grace Jaya Gopinath Prabhuji with us. And Prabhuji is from Tamil Nadu, Shivakasi from Tamil Nadu. And he got introduced to Krishna consciousness when he was in the last year in college. And he has been working as a team leader in the software company, worked for 3 projects in USA. And he got initiated in the year 2002. He joined the ashram in the year 2001. And he got second initiated in 2004, March. So he did Bhakti Shastri in 2005 and 6, completed TTC 1, TTC 2 courses, and also GBC College Zonal Supervisor course, and have completed Bhakti Vaibhav in 2001 and currently doing Bhakti Vedanta. So we all know how Guru Maharaj insists on these classes that everyone has to study the courses, and Prabhuji is an example for that. And currently, Prabhuji is a general manager of Iskcon North Chennai. He is also serving as a secretary for South Indian Division Council and a member of the temple management team of Iskcon Chennai. So Prabhuji is quite busy in many services, yet he has given us this valuable time and going to share very valuable experiences and realizations of Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for you, Prabhuji. And today he's going to talk about how Guru Maharaj is an example for all the tough situations in spiritual life. That is something very much needed for all of us. Whenever such questions are asked to Guru Maharaj, he says that, we shouldn't be a fair weather friend for Krishna. So Guru Maharaj himself being an example for all of this. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for taking a valuable time and sharing us valuable insights of Guru Maharaj. And over to you, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Thanks for the opportunity to talk about Guru Maharaj. Am I audible enough?
Yes, Prabhuji. A little bit more would be better.
Okay.
For me.
I'll just check it out a little bit, whether the volume is enough. Settings. Just I'll check my volume level. Okay, it's input volume. Is this okay?
Yes, Prabhuji, this is good.
Okay, I just increase some volume. Okay. So I have time up to 8:50 and then 10 minutes, some questions if any, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupakata Mahyam Dadati Svapatantikam. Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Udapadakammalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavasya. Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vidantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam. Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vidamasya. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Chirakpate Gopesha Gupta Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabha Sute Devi Pranamani Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha paritanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kam karoti vachalam pangulanga idegim pata Muhammad Shri Gurundan Taranam. Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Nitinamine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitai Kurupa Pradayine Gaura Kata Dhamadaya Navaradhamatavine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavati Pasha Vidishatarine. Hare Krishna. uh, so I was asked to say the topic as well. So I just said the topic which I generally do whenever I get some tough situation in Iskcon. Very specifically during the management or sometimes any activity, either preaching, dealing with the devotees. So my mind will turn towards Guru Maharaj, and then it immediately gets a solution, sometimes a solace, or whatever is needed for the situation. So I just gave that as the topic. And so I beg for Guru Maharaj's mercy that I will speak something on that topic from the heart, with whatever realization I had about Guru Maharaj. Uh, so, so Guru Maharaj is very merciful under all circumstances. And personally, I can say how Guru Maharaj knows the inner heart of the disciple even before initiating. I cannot forget that in the initial period. That was the initiation time. I was about to get ready for initiation. And at that time, I used to be very thin. Even hanging a japamala in my neck will pain me in the shoulders. And all the initiated devotees, when I see their japamala, they all will have very, very big japamalas, and they will be literally heavy for me. Because before initiation, my japamala, if you see, it will be very, very, very small beads. Maybe the smallest I can say. And it will hardly weight not more than 50 grams. So such small beads I used to keep, and then that is okay for me. And I was thinking, under the situation, my initiation was arranged almost at the last moment. So I haven't purchased any bead. Otherwise, I would have purchased, because in 2002, it is mostly the disciples used to buy the beads and they give to Guru Maharaj, and then Guru Maharaj chant and they write the name on that, and then it used to be given in the initiation period. But on that occasion, some or the other, I couldn't get the initiation beads, but it just happened during our Rath Yatra in 2002. So I was in little bit anxiety, that if I get the biggest bead or very big bead, so that I have to hang it in my neck, throughout my life, a bit of anxiety. And somehow or the other, uh, at the initiation time, the bead which Guru Maharaj handed over to me was surprisingly small. For me and my friend Sumandra Sham Prabhu, the beads were very small, which we don't see in many other devotees' beads case. So I was really so stunned how Guru Maharaj even take care of the smallest anxiety in a disciple when he just became the disciple. And Guru Maharaj can see through people, and then they can eradicate our anxiety. So right from the beginning, Guru Maharaj was, in my case, even removing the smallest anxiety. So that was my first experience. No, my second experience, with Guru Maharaj's mercy, and their anger also will be mercy. As I said, some other my initiation just went through at the last moment, and then uh, at that time in 2002 and all, it was Guru Maharaj who used to directly interview the disciples just before the initiation. And so I was the last candidate who went in. And then I haven't read Bhagavad Gita enough. If I remember right, at that time it was 2 times Bhagavad Gita reading, and then I have read one full time, and sometime I was reading, and then some more chapters was left. And then Guru Maharaj was very furious that you haven't read the books, but you have come for initiation. And then he saw the signature, and the signature was there, and the authorities are also signing. And then it was like he was roaring like a lion. And it was very fearful to look at Guru Maharaj face to face at that time. But as he was that much furious, but at the same time, uh, then he asked, okay, when you will complete? I said, in 2, 3 months, I will finish it, Guru Maharaj. And then he turned towards Bhanuswami Maharaj, because Bhanu Maharaj was sitting just nearby. It was happening in Bhanu Maharaj's room in our Tinagar temple earlier. And then he asked Bhanu Maharaj, can you vouch for him that he will complete? Because Bhanu Maharaj was the temple president at that time. I think general manager or vice president was Sumitra Krishna Prabhu. Those technical details we don't know at that time, but later we came to know that. And then he asked Bhanu Maharaj, can you vouch for him? And then Maharaj asked him, can you finish reading it? And then I said, yes, Guru Maharaj. And then he wrote, okay, he will finish in 2, 3 times. So he was, one hand, he was, not okay, that somebody has been recommended but was not completely fulfilling the criteria. But at the same time, he was merciful, and then immediately he turned towards Bhanswamara. So again, that was the mercy of Guru Maharaj. Uh, um, so that was one thing. And again, mercy was continuously flowing for me. Even in 2004, when I went for second initiation, I alone went for second initiation, and then I was taking saffron at that time. So my desire was to give it to Guru Maharaj, get it blessed, and then get. But I was just searching out where Guru Maharaj, because I was not so well versed with Mayapur, and then where Guru Maharaj will be and things like that. And there was no other seniors along with me to guide me and things like that. And I was going near Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir, and uh, from the long building side towards the temple. Not on the Panchatattva side, on the Radha Madhav side, on that road is there, no? There I was going, and then exactly Guru Maharaj came in Jagannath Rath. Jagannath Bali Subhadra Rath Yatra was there. And then I stretched my hands with my saffron dress. So Guru Maharaj took it, and then he offered to Jagannath, and then gave back to me with his blessings also. And there was mercy, and it is totally unexpected. So I was literally searching where he will be, and then all out of blue he just appeared there in the Jagannath Rath. This is a day before Gaur Purnima, where that they take Jagannath Baladev Subhadra in procession there at that time. This was in 2004, and also the next day I was first time wearing saffron, and then I want to offer obeisance to Guru Maharaj, and then go and sit in the pandal for initiation. And again, uh, means I don't know. There are a lot of at that time security, and then it is not that easy to go and approach in Guru Maharaj's room, and literally there will be rings or barricades, kind of devotee security levels to go in. But again, Guru Maharaj came down from the lotus building, and he was standing in that, and then immediately I offered obeisances there, and then I went and sat in the initiation pandal. So again, causeless mercy from Guru Maharaj. So these are my initial experiences with Guru Maharaj. But after that, our closeness with Guru Maharaj are things where uh, were little scarce, because Guru Maharaj comes to Chennai only once in a year at that time. That is during the Rath Yatra time, and he will be super busy, and there will be many devotees to meet him. And for a new devotee like me to go and meet Guru Maharaj is like not possible. That was kind of thing. And uh, that was the case also. And Guru Maharaj, I had hardly any personal darshan after that, maybe one or two times on some occasions. Uh, and that too only once I remember. Yeah, that also how Guru Maharaj thinks about the devotees, uh, and how exalted Guru Maharaj is also. Uh, so on one occasion, we were with Guru Maharaj, and one devotee was seriously sick, and it was a Ekadasi day, and then a question was asked to him over phone from the devotee's house, that whether he can take uh, grains so that he can take medicine. So by the time, Guru Maharaj just put his thread in the ears because he wants to pass water, and then he went into the washroom, and then he came out, and all the while he was thinking. Immediately after coming out of the room, he started saying that no one again asked the question, or haven't forget. He was thinking all the while, and then came out and saying that uh, uh, already because of our sins we are suffering, no need to add. So he can take medicine, but he can take, Ekadasi Prasadam so that he can take the medicine. He was so caring for the devotees. Uh, for each and every disciple, any question asked, Guru Maharaj thinks a lot, and then he reciprocates. It is not that instant, okay, I have to give some answer, okay, I will give some answer. Not like that. Guru Maharaj process it a lot in his mind. Any question asked, even a small thing or for a small devotee, whatever, uh, Guru Maharaj process it and gives the best for the devotee in that situation. And for the exalted nature of Guru Maharaj, I think once in 2005, I went with some devotees with their initiation papers, and I was sitting in the Lotus building in the top, and I was waiting for Guru Maharaj to come out, to show that paper and then take an interview and then make the devotee to be ready for the initiation. And then Guru Maharaj came out, and then he was saying Prema Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. I don't know what was mood he was in. He was just saying that. And then I told Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, she haven't come. And then she again said Prema Bhakti. I again said, Guru Maharaj, she haven't come. And then again he said Prema Bhakti. I said, Guru Maharaj, she hadn't come. And then he just walked to the opposite of his room. And then I think there was the washroom for Guru Maharaj. He has to walk through that. And then he went and then came back. Again he said Prema Bhakti. And I said, Maharaj, she hadn't come. I was with the 2, 3 other devotees. I thought because there is one Mataji in our congregation, Prema Bhakti Devi Dasi. So I thought Guru Maharaj is talking about that. And I said, Drishya, come. And all the while Guru Maharaj was not listening to what I am saying. But he was simply repeating Prema Bhakti, Prema Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. And then after the whole incident, then I was just thinking back what he was saying. So he was in the deep mood of Prema Bhakti. And he was repeatedly, thinking and, telling about it. He was not really meaning to our congregation devotee. And then I understood, oh, Guru Maharaj was in such a deep thought of Prema Bhakti. Then I misunderstood as he was asking one of our devotee whether she had come along with you or not. And so then I understood how much Guru Maharaj was so deep in such aspects of Krishna consciousness. He was always in that platform of Prema Bhakti. So this was in somewhere in 2005, and after that, not much interaction with Guru Maharaj, and then in 2009, and this was after Guru Maharaj had his stroke, which was a heart devastating one for us, and Chennai was fortunate in that sense to host Guru Maharaj for his what we can say recovery from that stroke. He was going to Apollo Hospital, and he was staying in one place in the city so that he can easily go to Apollo Hospital and come back. He does lots of exercises, and the whole point is Guru Maharaj was intact throughout all these events. Like one businessman came to meet Guru Maharaj when he was staying in T Nagar, and he thought Guru Maharaj would have forgotten him because he met Guru Maharaj somewhere in 2001 or 2, long back, practically 7-8 years back. Uh, but Guru Maharaj immediately identified him, and then he showed where he met him, and then almost what we spoke about. To that extent, Guru Maharaj was, keeping his memory intact. Generally, after such a setback in one's health, it's very, very difficult to keep those things. But Guru Maharaj seemingly was not at all affected by that. Everything was intact. And in that time, we all see how Guru Maharaj was determined to continue uh, his spiritual activities, his service to Srila Prabhupada, and how much efforts he was putting. Uh, uh, because before 2008, we have seen Guru Maharaj who just walks like a king, with his danda in one hand, and then with a gigantic personality. And now required someone's help for even the simplest activity. And it is all heartbreaking for us. And then most of the devotees, when they come first time and see Guru Maharaj, they were all crying. And Guru Maharaj was not feeling, rather, he was uplifting everyone's consciousness. So that was a spiritual leader who was, for our eyes, apparently, who was struggling for his, activities, regular day-to-day activities, even the simplest. Uh, uh, but Guru Maharaj was uplifting everyone's consciousness. So, how a leader should be. He was not bothering about his conditions. Rather, whoever comes, he incurs to them, and then encourage them in their spiritual life. And Guru Maharaj, in one of the occasion, uh, uh, at that time, one of our devotee was newly married, and then he brought his wife, who was not at all chanting at that moment. And then Guru Maharaj called her. He was seeing her for the first time. And then Guru Maharaj told, okay, you can chant 16 rounds from today. And then she started. And then after some days, she came about that the problems with the in-laws, and then Guru Maharaj told, you can start from the month of Kartik. That is very auspicious. Anything you do, you get 1,000 times benefit. So you can tell that you will not take onion garlic in this month, and then you will get the benefit. And also after that, you can extend that further so that you can leave, onion and garlic. To that extent, he gives ideas to, someone very new to Krishna consciousness. Uh, uh, and then eventually that Mataji, took up Krishna consciousness seriously, and then got initiated in the later years. And that was wonderstruck that how Guru Maharaj, you know, can uh, preach even in that condition. So that is an example. Sometimes, when we fall little sick, then we will tell some other devotees, Prabhuji, can you go for this program? I am not able to go. No, but Guru Maharaj is not like that. He was always in the front, uh, 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 and giving us an example that under any circumstance that we have to preach. So that is an example which Guru Maharaj set for the preachers. And uh, again, later in 2018, that was the time when Guru Maharaj was about to go for the operation of liver transplant and kidney transplant. He was lying on the stretcher and he was about to go. He was wearing that apron which they used to give before the operation, before entering into the operation. That he was about to move out of his room, and then few meters opposite is the operation theater. He was about to go, but at that time, something emergency happened in one of Guru Maharaj's area of preaching, and then that leader was in some trouble. And then immediately Guru Maharaj called His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, and he was talking to him in length, at least 5 to 10 minutes. Guru Maharaj was talking to him about his service and then how he has to be protected. So what should be done in this condition for him? And Guru Maharaj was repeatedly talking to His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Why we have to uh, remember that is because even while Guru Maharaj was going to the operation theatre, the chances told us only 70-30. I don't know whether, uh, sorry, 30-70. These are not 70-30, it is 30-70. So that was the risk Guru Maharaj is taking. It's a long procedure, means operation, and two important parts. And Guru Maharaj's body was already in stroke. It was not recovered from that. So all those complications plus these two, and we were all just standing there nearby. And Guru Maharaj was not worrying about him at all, that we are going to go for such a critical operation. He just called, asked, I think, I don't know, Mahavarapu or some other secretary nearby at that time. They made a call, and then he was speaking about that fully just before going into the operation theater. There was something, what I can say, unbelievable to see. We were witnessing that. It is not that we were hearing from somebody else, but we were witnessing how he was. Because we all know that it was about 7 or 8 months. There was no availability of, these two at a time, the liver as well as in kidney, because there was a long queue, and some or other it has been arranged, and then it was all happening because Guru Maharaj's health was weakening. And there was a big discussion that we should do something now, because it will become more critical if we are not getting the the liver and kidney transplanted, because Guru Maharaj's health was going down and down and down day by day. But even under that condition, when he was undergoing such a critical operation, But Guru Maharaj was caring for one of his disciple who was in some position but was in some trouble, and then he took his time to talk to the authority, because Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was the bureau chairman at that time. So Guru Maharaj was, right, on that time, talking, and that eased out the situation in that temple and to that devotee to a great extent. So that was something we have to learn or look out at Guru Maharaj, that if we have taken responsibility, whatever it may come, that we have to fulfill that responsibility, that Guru Maharaj, under that tough situation of his own health, but he was not, giving up his responsibility of taking care of his disciple. And not only disciple, but also he was in an important position in South India. So that was amazing, I can say. Uh, which I don't know whether I have learned it, but that has struck my heart a lot. Uh, that how we have to be. So as I said, Guru Maharaj is an example for all our difficult times. Many a times, we may not have difficulty in our sadhana. We may chant our rounds, we may follow the four regulative principles, we may read Prabhupada's books. But when we are managing, when there are two, three devotees, or some misunderstanding or some problem amongst devotees, that you have to sit down and then sort it out. That is one of the toughest thing in one's spiritual life. I feel, and that needs a lot of patience, which we can see from Guru Maharaj, because I have seen in earlier Rath Yatras and all, Guru Maharaj even he sits up to 1 a.m. That means midnight, 1 o'clock. And then sometimes, couples, sometimes devotees, sometimes leaders, they come and sit and discuss with him various problems. Guru Maharaj patiently listen to their problem, this side, that side, this side, that side. He would have been walked through the whole Rath Yatra and then would have sang and would have given class. And then many people would have come and see at that time also. And then it will continue till I have seen personally Guru Maharaj sitting up to 1 a.m. and it's midnight. And one husband and wife were talking to Guru Maharaj, their family problem. They were both disciples. And then Guru Maharaj was so patient enough to to give his time, try to find solution for their problems, and then see to that their Krishna consciousness smoothly continues. So that is another big thing in Guru Maharaj. We have to learn that he is ready to give his time for his disciples. Uh, Becoming a spiritual master is not an easy joke. We can learn from Guru Maharaj. One should be ready to give himself for their welfare. That is what Guru Maharaj. He will try to, always see how his disciple can be benefited and come back to Krishna consciousness. And again, in management, sometimes we will be taking a case against some devotees, and as managers, we want them or him to be removed from, everything. And then Guru Maharaj will ask, okay, for how many months? So then if we say 1 year, then Guru Maharaj will bargain. No, 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 no. 3 months is enough for this. Then he said, no, 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 Guru Maharaj, at least you have to have 6 months. Because okay, 6 months. Like that. Guru Maharaj will, always try to, bargain, and then, Although the devotees were at mistake, uh, but he wants them to be in Krishna consciousness. They have to come back, into the normal Krishna conscious life. He don't want them to go away because of the punishment, although they have made a mistake. And so, such is the heart of Guru Maharaj. As managers, we have seen that, time and again, that how Guru Maharaj can keep that merciful nature. It's not only merciful, but caring for disciples or devotees, although they have done mistakes. And many times we have seen it's not only for his own disciple he does like that. Even for others' disciples, if they are at fault, he'll say, okay, how much time? Okay, 1 year, 6 months. So he will try to, bring in that we should not eternally banish them. So that is, an amazing quality of Guru Maharaj. Give them hope. And Guru Maharaj is an expert in bargaining in these kind of cases. What the management wants, and then how much he can bargain, then bring them to the extent that this devotee also feels okay. I can come back after this much of time, like that. Ah, ah. Yes, that is one example we can say. And Guru Maharaj will not uh, take a decision without hearing both the parties. He will hear from both the parties, then only Guru Maharaj will take a decision. Otherwise, he will simply instruct, accommodate them, or generic statements. It will not be like, this is my decision, okay, you follow. It will not be like that. So, on the management, and when there is a chaos, I have seen in our DC meetings, sometimes the leaders will be in their top nerve, and it will be practically shouting at each other. And then Guru Maharaj sometimes takes the mic, and then he will start something about Prabhupada. What Prabhupada did at certain particular time, he will try to link to the current situation, and then he will tell that, okay, this is the expectation we have to meet, and then he will slowly cool down the situation, because talking about Prabhupada, everyone will come down, whether it is his disciple or is not his disciple, because he takes always Prabhupada. And then he narrates things and then connect the current situation to that. I don't know where Guru Maharaj will, from, I think it is hanging for him everywhere. He can pick up, different examples from Prabhupada's, dealing with the devotees. And then he will narrate it in such a way that it cools the situation. I have seen enough times. And also, Guru Maharaj is very, very keen in teaching the disciple what should be done or what should not be done. Once in a temple management meeting, I was against the top management because there was some mistake done by them, but they were not listening to what I am saying. And then I just like this, that I just taped that table and then said that this is what it happened. Why are you not listening? Then after I spoke, and then Guru Maharaj, one should behave in a Vaishnava way. And then Guru Maharaj told, you can tell 1,000 times, but you cannot raise your voice. You can repeatedly say 1,000 times until they listen, but you cannot raise your voice. Oh my God, this was my first temple management meeting I entered. And then Guru Maharaj gave that lesson like that. Guru Maharaj is, you know, uh, whatever you want to learn on management, on uh, preaching aspect, uh, on our own health issue. Many a times, whenever I am down in my health, then I'll say, what Guru Maharaj is suffering is, you know, what I am suffering in that is nothing. So then why we are so down? So we will automatically get some energy, even if we are, 50%, okay, then we will feel like, okay, going. Because Guru Maharaj gives such example, because Guru Maharaj is like that. We have seen, even till date, he is like that only. Like, uh, he will come out so nicely when he comes out for a class, and then he was with full energy. And then in this time in Chennai, when he was there in one of the class, he was on the top of the voice chanting "Go Ranga." And I was repeatedly chanting that. And after chanting, he was saying that, is it not so blissful chanting Chaitanya's name? He was feeling that bliss, and then he was just opening it up to us also, that is it not so blissful chanting the name of Lord Gauranga? That was like, hair standing on the end when Guru Maharaj is chanting. And with all that energy, we don't know where that comes from. When he goes into the room, 99% of the devotees don't know that. That Guru Maharaj was totally opposite. He will be not having any energy, but some or other to cater to the disciples' needs and then instruct them in Krishna consciousness, keeping them uplift. He just brings all his energy and then pour it out. And then when he goes in, he'll be completely, exhausted. Like an athlete sprinted 100 meters. In running, he'll be so fast, and when he cross the line, and then he'll be, if you ask him to run another 100 meters, it will be very difficult. Totally exhausted. Actually, that is the condition of Guru Maharaj, but still, when he comes for preaching, he gives 100, no, that is not enough. More than 100 percentage or 200 percentage to the devotees. And then when he goes into his room, he will be in his, you know. So that means, so when we are in the preaching field, our own, difficulties may be there at one time. When we are going there in the preaching, so we have to give our 100 percentage. We may have so many problems going into our mind, so many decisions has to be taken, and after the lecture, maybe we have to go for, another hard discussion and have to take some tough decisions. Forget it. When you are giving there for the devotees, give more than 100 percentage. uh, and set aside everything else separately. So, like that, every moment uh, in our tough situation, we can turn. We are not gurus. We are, hardly taking care of some devotees. There is a column in our Guru Maharaj application form of initiation, guiding devotees. We are only in that category. We may have some 5-10 devotees we are guiding, maybe 50 devotees. At the maximum, maybe 100 devotees we may guide personally. But when they start telling problems, it will be problem after problem after problem. Let's see. I always used to think Guru Maharaj has thousands and thousands of disciples. How he will be finding it difficult? Then what I am getting is it's nothing. Why I have to, get bogged down by that? Let us do our best. So like that, any tough situation, uh, and we are not this body, we are the spirit soul. One time in an initiation, one Mataji asked Guru Maharaj, "How are you doing, Guru Maharaj?" And Guru Maharaj replied, "I'm fine, but only my body is not cooperating with me." He replied instantly that answer. He was about to go for an initiation when Mataji came and asked Guru Maharaj that question. So he was really feeling that it's not just for answering that question he answered. He was really like that. Uh, so to consider ourselves as a spirit soul and not this body, Guru Maharaj every day teaches us a lesson on that. His whole life is a lesson for us in that aspect. A very big example to loudly say that we are not this body, we are the spirit soul. We have to act on the platform of spirit soul, and we can do that. The best example is our Guru Maharaj. Uh, oh, I have more time. It's 8:53. Maybe I can stop there. If anyone wants to make some comments or something like that, they can. Uh, some of you might have heard whatever I have said sometime, somewhere by some other devotees, but I have shared whatever my little association with Guru Maharaj and I learned from Guru Maharaj. Yes, any comments anyone want to?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. We can't thank you enough for sharing this nectarian pastimes and insights into Guru Maharaj's life and teachings to us, and being with him over a period of a long time. You have observed that, and when you share, it's very, very valuable to us. And yeah, when you said that he was roaring like a lion when the books were not read, how important it is for him that all his disciples read the books and then continue to read the books also after many courses. And Guru Maharaj personally puts in his JPS app that every day how many minutes he's reading, what he's reading, and also we can see in the classes he's referring that. And so many examples you gave about how he cares for his disciples, the bargaining example, and also giving himself after a whole exhausting day of being in the Rath Yatra to listen to someone's personal problems, uh, and listening to both the parties and then giving a solution. And we have seen like this place after place he goes, 1 day or 2 days in a place, and then the next place again it's the same thing for him. A big program and so many disciples coming, and like that continuously is extending himself, and he's also right now extending himself like that. Thank you so much. And also you gave us an insight of what happens inside the room after all his energy is gone. Like we have seen Bhishma Dev on the arrow bed for a few days. Guru Maharaj is in that condition for so many years now, but still continuing to give, very, very selfless, and a big example that he's not this body. So each and everything that you spoke was very valuable, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And devotees, if you have any questions, any comments. Personally, I would like to ask if you can share one more thing, if you have it in your list, and because of time constraints, if you couldn't share.
Yeah, maybe if anyone else has anything, I can address that. If not, then I will tell one more. Anyone has any comments or question on it? From what?
I don't see any raise hands or
Okay.
chat questions. So
There's
if
a
you can.
Hemangi Gopeshwaran. Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for this beautiful class. Um, I am a very neophyte and I've known Guru Maharaj only recently. So, what would you suggest for a person like me to constantly feel connected to Guru Maharaj? What can I do to constantly be connected to him?
Uh, what I feel is that you can get connected with devotees who are very much connected with Guru Maharaj, and you can hear from them. I can say this from my another example, but that was not with Guru Maharaj, but that was with His Holiness Bhanuswami Maharaj. When I joined the ashrama in 2001, and there was one devotee in our ashrama, and then he was very pet to Bhanuswami Maharaj. And sometimes we will keep talking about Bhanuswami Maharaj. He will do the night service in the sense of washing the deity vessels and this and that. All the thing will get over by 9:30. And then sometimes we start talking after that 9:30. It will go up to 1 o'clock, 1:30 also. I mean, I will be only listening because I don't have much experience, but that Prabhu had a very close association with the Bhanu Maharaj. And so I used to listen like that. Only my attachment to His Holiness Bhanu Swami Maharaj increased a lot. Uh, and one more thing is that listening to the lectures of Guru Maharaj. So these two things, listening from the devotees who are close with Guru Maharaj or had more association than what you are, and hearing Guru Maharaj lectures. Sometimes if you hear the JPS lecture series in 1980s and all, it will be totally different. It is available in the archives. You can hear them. Guru Maharaj will be like, pushing, for following Krishna consciousness to the core. So like that, you can hear Guru Maharaj lectures. By that way, we develop our connection with Guru Maharaj. And whenever you have close association with Guru Maharaj, take it seriously and attend to it in the sense of, do service to Guru Maharaj as much as possible in our capacity.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very helpful answer. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for that very nice question, and Prabhuji for the wonderful answer. Anybody else has any questions or anything to share? Yeah, I don't think, if not, if you can share something within the next few minutes.
Okay. Many of us may like to take personal instruction from Guru Maharaj. So like that, when I was first inducted as a temple management team member of Iskcon Chennai in 2013, by the time that completed, it was about probably 11:30, 12 midnight, something like that. Then I went into Guru Maharaj's room, and then Guru Maharaj, I asked Guru Maharaj, what should I do? Because I was a general manager, I am a general manager in Iskcon North Chennai, and also a temple management team member in Iskcon Chennai. What should I do? You know what Guru Maharaj answered instantly? I need to think. I will tell you tomorrow morning. So it was not that Guru Maharaj, okay, something at the end of the day, why are you disturbing me? Not like that. So he was, like very politely, I need to think And this happened in 2013. That is also post-stroke. So Guru Maharaj was, so patient to listen to our question and then answer it appropriately. I need to, two things we have to understand, that Guru Maharaj will not just like that say an instruction. So before telling, he thinks. And because that was a night and it was an exhaustive day, and we were there around in the temple right from the morning, Guru Maharaj meeting different devotees and then giving the final conclusion. So, okay, this is the management team, and then he formulated and everything. By the time it was midnight, and then Guru Maharaj told, I need time to think. I'll tell you tomorrow. And most important thing is that after the next day morning, 6 o'clock, I went to meet Guru Maharaj. He was not waiting for me to ask that, yes, Guru Maharaj, what I should do, to ask the question again. He opened. So this is what you have to do. So you have to respect your seniors. You have to follow the guidelines. So you spend your time in North Chennai, and then whatever time you have left, you give for Iskcon Chennai. He gave, clear-cut instruction. Just looking at me. So that was even more amazing, that I don't know whether he was thinking the whole night, what should he has to tell me. And that was really so amazing. He was not even waiting for me to ask the question again. So every experience with Guru Maharaj is very, very wonderful. How much he process, before saying. Is that okay?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. That shows the depth of care Guru
Yes.
Maharaj has on each and every person. That's very important, and very, very grateful for what you shared. It enriches our understanding of Guru Maharaj, and also helps us to dedicate ourselves, be sincere, follow your examples, and so many things. I mean, again and again, we can listen this and make some practical application steps that we can follow. So thank you so much for your time and valuable association, and thanks to all the devotees for joining. So if there is nothing else, we can conclude here.
Yes. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity.
Pancha kalpatarubhyascha Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai. Krishna. Thank you.